After almost 2 hours, Godzilla finally has reached level 30, and what is this? Godzilla is evolving. She's just a little Godzilla, now she's gonna become a Shieldzilla. For a long time. I am going to be having this Pupitar for a long time. Man, raising this thing is a bit tough, but I gave it Dig, by the way. I gave it the Dig TM. Got rid of Sandstorm, Leer, and Scary Face for Thrash. And Dark Pulse. Anyways, there we go. I got Pupitar now. I'm gonna get my last 3 levels going in a bit, so I'll see you guys in a bit so you can start the next part for more bios. Get ready, guys. Hello everybody, this is LudiCold15. Welcome back to another part of Let's Play Pokemon HeartGold. Last time we did quite a lot. Well, not really, but we finished the Route 47 and also took to finish Route 48 and arrived to Safari Zone Gate doing both tests, which weren't hard except that the process of making the video was extremely long for me. I spent 3 hours on my own getting Thunderbolt on the game corner, and then once the second test started, I started catching my 14 member, who is right here. Godzilla herself. It's a girl, and look at those stats. They're not that good, believe it or not. They're not that good, and the moveset's a lot more different. I got Rock Slide, Dark Pulse, Thrash, and Dig. I got rid of quite a few moves. I got rid of Sandstorm because, of course, I'm not going to need it for quite a while. And eventually I'll get the ability in which might hurt my team in the long run. Oh, I never went over this. I gave Mary Focus Blast. You're probably wondering why I did that. I did it because I don't need Conspore and I need a fight. I might need a fighting move. You never know. And the next gym we're doing is Steel type, so this is even more coverage. Acrobatics is not. These guys have not changed much though. I'm just showing you guys that. And now for what most of you are probably gonna figure out what's gonna happen. The bios. Like I said last episode, I am only doing the Pokemon you cannot find in Johto, and you can only find it here. And if the Pokemon you can find later in Johto, I will go over them at that point. Now I'm going to be naming each area, and I'm going to say which Pokemon are not available. I'm showing a picture, as in like which Pokemon are in this area, but whichever ones I'm not going over, I'm going later on in the Johto region. I'll put a picture here. So, first area is Plains. The only new Pokemon I remember for sure you can find is Smeargle, which I'm showing a picture, but I'm not going to go over it for obvious reasons. And now for Meadow. There are 4 new Pokemon, 3 of which I'm going to have to go over. The first of which being Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff, you know it loves to put bones to sleep, has a ton of HP, but pretty mediocre and garbage stats everywhere else. When it's full, you'll need a Moonstone to evolve it, which we already picked one up earlier from Mom, and you can also pick one up at the Ruins of Valve that I'll go back to eventually. But when it's fully evolved, it's not a bad mixed attacker, but at the same time, those mixed attacking stats will be pretty low. And the rest of its stats are really bad for its lots of HP. I basically consider it a normal type version of Wailord, and then but this thing already existed before Wailord. So yeah, if you're looking for like an offensive normal type, yeah, this will definitely not do well. But if you're looking for some sort of supportive Pokemon, because to level up this thing gets like Rest, and then some other weird offensive moves like Rollout and Double Edge to complement the ton of HP it has, but pretty weak overall stats. And Q-Charm isn't a good ability. Also, I put no second ability yet because competitive was not an ability for this thing yet. Just saying that. And then what else? Yeah. It's got a diverse move pool and learned a lot of TM moves as like every other normal type, but really, this doesn't really do well in the end just because its offensive stats are pretty weak. Now for the better normal type, though I really hate this Pokemon, Clefairy, also only found at nighttime, by the way. Jigglypuff you can find any other time, but Clefairy is, looking at its stats, they may be pretty weak, but at the same time, Clefairy's got a few things going for it. As much as I hate this Pokemon, this thing is actually not that bad. Why? Its stats may not be good, like I said, but, and it also hasn't been buffed yet because it hasn't gotten the Fairy type yet, but this thing has a couple things going for it. One, the move pool has a bit stronger, especially through level up, because this thing gets moves like, well, it does get Wake Up Slap, which are some trash moves like Wake Up Slap and even Gravity. But it does get something, but the best move it does get is Meteor Mash. So if you want to evolve this thing, I recommend giving it Meteor Mash before evolving. And what else? It also is the only Pokemon in this game to get the ability Magic Guard in this game. Before it was a hidden ability for other Pokemon. Yeah, this thing gets Magic Guard. Easily one of the most broken abilities in the game, where it cannot be hurt. It can only be hurt by attacks. It's immune to poison, immune to Stealth Rock, spikes, all those stuff. Only gets hit by attacks. Now, for some of the thing why I take this Pokemon over Jigglypuff, it's a bit more bulky and a bit more offensive, and it also has like a better move pool. It has basically a move pool to where it's basically every Clefable is gonna have like a different move pool overall. Clefable's unpredictable in terms of what's gonna do. One minute it will be a supportive tank, another minute it will be offensive sweeper with low stats, believe it or not. But yeah, if you're looking for an old type that not many people have ever used in actual gameplay, but instead of competitive, this thing might actually do well. It depends. Though I really hate this Pokemon online just because of how annoying it is. Not as annoying as another normal type. Also, it's also got a high friendship, so duos return early on. And now for the last new encounter in Meadow that I'll be going over is Skiploom. Best tip of advice to give you is do not catch it here. It's lower. I'll give you why. First off, it's the same thing as Hoppip we've gone over before. Weak stats offensively, really fast, works better as a support of Sunny Day user, and gets pretty well good with U-turn and some other moves as status afflicting moves because of how fast it is. But the main reason I wouldn't catch it here is because you can catch Hoppip in Route 48, the route we were just at last episode. At higher levels in Skiploom here, where every Pokemon is level 15, between 15 and 17. And Hoppip is like level 21, and it evolves within one level. Yeah, there's no reason to catch a Skiploom unless you really want those good stats right now, but you'll be getting like 4 levels of it doing nothing much, when you're better off catching a Hoppip and evolving into Skiploom than Route 48. Don't get it here, and it's also fine in the morning only, and that's about it. And in the Meadow area you can also find Meryl, but we're not going over that. So I'm going to put a picture like I said, and there you go. Now for Savannah. Rhyhorn is found in the morning. We're not going over him until a long time, but you can catch him. Though, it's not technically in Johto, but you can catch him before Elite 4, I mean, that is. You'll see what I mean by. Eventually I'll go over. But the other two Pokemon I'll have to go over, Savannah, they're new, only found at nighttime, are Nidorina, Nidorino. Nidorina is, like I said before about Nidorina female, is the bulky version of the Nidorans. Nidorina's got a bit other interesting moves than you expect. Like it learns Earth Power naturally, and it also, well, it does. What am I thinking? They both learn that Earth Power when they're fully evolved. But Nidorina's got Toxic Spikes, Poison. It does learn Poison Fang, which is I think like is worse than Poison Jab. But really, there isn't much to say about Nidorina because I'd recommend fully evolving it and then start making a special attacker because this thing does really well as a special attacker. Just saying. Nothing much else to say. Toxic Spikes is good. Some other special attacking attacks and physical attacks. Really, it's just up to you if you really want a bulky poison ground type because I feel like this thing does well in the end, but not as good as Nidorino. And speaking of Nidorino, he's up next. I recommend evolving it when it learns Horn Attack at level 23, which is not bad. Though I will argue that both Nidorino and Nidorino aren't very useful to you here because you were able to get them earlier and I feel like you had an easier time raising them then. That's just my opinion. Nidorino does well overall when it's fully evolved because, like I said, Nidoking, it can go both sides because of how versatile it is in terms of the move pool. Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, even Surf. It doesn't learn Earth Power for quite a while, but hey, at least we're gonna most likely get it before Elite 4. And it's just such a good Pokemon that I can't really say anything bad about it. Both Pokemon are really good. I do prefer Nidoking because it gets some better moves like Mega Horn. But I don't think Nidoqueen's bad either. It's up to you what you really want. And that's it for Savannah. Now Peak. Oh my goodness, we're going to spend all episode taking care of Bios. I already went over Magneton, and Wobbuffet is found at nighttime, but I will not be going over Wobbuffet for quite a while. Rocky Beach will be next. Doduo is found in the morning. We're not going over Doduo. And same with Slowbro. Slowbro is found at any time. We're not going over Slowbro. Wetland, Psyduck, and Golduck are found at nighttime. but we're not going over them because we can find them somewhere else, and you'll see where. In the forest, there are 2 new encounters that you can only find here. Well, I'm only going over 2. Only found at morning and daytime is Mr. Mime. If you're looking for if Hypno is not really your type of psychic type you want because it's not very good offensively, Mr. Mime is a lot more better in terms of being a special tank and a special offensive Pokemon. Reflect and Light Screen are good for the uses it has. It also has a really good ability called Filter, where it reduces super effective attacks, similar to Solid Rock, or how it's an ability that not many Pokemon have as well. If you're looking for a really good normal psychic type, this one is no slack. 100 special attack is nothing to be scared of as for a single player, and it learns a pretty good move like Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and even Focus Blast, and also Energy Ball, but we can't attain it. You'll see why. If you're looking for a tank, this will do well. And if you're looking for a pretty offensive Pokemon, like I said, this will do well too. Not a bad Pokemon at all, though it's a bit harder to catch, and it isn't the best. Alakazam and Espeon might be better special attackers, but if you don't want those 2 and want anything else new, I don't think you'll go wrong with Mr. Mime. We got the Shadow Ball TM, we could buy Focus Blast at the Goldenrod department stores. Yeah, recommend it if you want it. And now for the other new encounter, only found at nighttime, is Haunter. If you didn't want Ghastly, here's Haunter. Quite frankly, I wouldn't recommend it here because you can, well, we had Ghastly earlier and it was a bit tricky to raise Ghastly, but I don't know, I don't really recommend it here, but hey, if you want Haunter, here it is. It is nice to start with Shadow Punch the moment it's evolved, or normally Ghastly will learn it. Like, Haunter learns Shadow Punch level 35, but it doesn't get really good uses it because of how low its physical attack is. But it's got a really strong special attack as a Haunter, 115 to be exact. And it does learn Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball into TMs, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast. You know the drill. Really, if you don't have access to Gengar, it might not be the best Ghost type, though you might find Mischievous a bit better. It depends on what you want, because I don't think Haunter's bad. Just note that you can catch it here, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's up to you what you really want, though. Pain Split is an egg move for this thing, so unfortunate for that. But other than that, it does learn Destiny Ball for unfortunately a long time, but you know the drill. So I'm hearing that you can find Voltorb in the forest, but I don't tend to find resources that's true. I found Cerebi that says Voltorb is foundable only in Soul Silver at nighttime, but I can't find it to be true. But there is somewhere we can find Voltorb, and even then there's that trade in Olivine where we can make to get Voltorb. I'm not going over Voltorb for a while, and you can find it somewhere else in Johto. You'll see, but there aren't many of these Pokemon. You'll see. Now at the swamp, Shrek reference, there are 2 new Pokemon. First of which being Hypno, only found at nighttime. Here's Hypno. If you didn't want Drowsy, here's Hypno. Everything I said before applies to it. Doesn't get very good moves, doesn't get solid moves, but doesn't get them for a long time. Does get Nasty Plot, which is strong, but really, its offensive stats aren't very good. Its special defense is pretty good, but the rest of its stats are pretty lackluster. We just went over Mr. Mime, and really, I don't really recommend this Pokemon much unless you want a good support tank, but Alakazam, Espeon, and Mr. Mime are much better offensively, and there's some other psychic types we'll be encountering that are better than it. And now for the other new encounter we got that's found only here if you're playing Johto, obviously. Before it was only found in Kanto, but here we have Murkrow. Murkrow is a pretty mediocre flying type, and our first dark type we're able to go through. This is Gen 4, it's got new evolution, but like every other Sinnoh evolution, you're not getting its fully evolved form for a long time, possibly forever. And definitely after Elite 4. And as a Murkrow, while it does learn some solid moves like Night Slash to complement its as a high crit ratio move, to complement with Super Luck, which is a really good ability, it doesn't take advantage of it well just because it's so frail, and while it's got good offenses and a mixed attacker, even learns some solid moves to level up, but rather TMs like Psychic and Shadow Ball. It's so frail and it's quite outclassed by a few other flying types. Like a majority of the flying types are better. Fearow is an example. The Doduo I mentioned a couple minutes ago is a bit better as a flying type. Even Noctow's a better special attacker and a special tank. If there's also another bad issue about it is Drill Peck is an egg move, unfortunately, so you're not gonna get much use with that. If you really want it, it's there, but quite frankly, I don't recommend it just because it's quite outclassed, and there are some of the dark types we'll find eventually that are better than it. I don't know, I just can't seem to recommend it, but those couple positives are pretty good. If it were to be fully evolved before, I'd definitely recommend it, but you can find Seeking as well while fishing with a good rod in the swamp, but we can go over Seeking like literally the next a couple episodes later or something like that. And we got 4 more areas to go, and we can cancel some more other areas. First up in Marshland is Wheezing, only found in morning and daytime. So Wheezing, like I said over Coughing, is everything applies about Wheezing. Learns Destiny Bond, learns some other moves to complement its solid special attack, really good defense. Levitate is a good ability on it, making it only have 1 weakness, but its speed is quite low, and as a Wheezing, it does miss out on Gyro Ball, and Will-O-Wisp is a TM, but you're not getting the TM, otherwise it's an egg move for this thing. Yeah. I do recommend it, but and if you don't want Coughing just because of how weak it might be, and it takes a long time for it to fully evolve, then here's Wheezing. It depends on if you really want or not. If you want Gyro Ball anyways, it depends. Really, I've already gone over this Pokemon before. I feel like I already praised enough of it. And then the last new encounter here is Grimer, also found morning and daytime. Grimer is rather a solid poison type that's special tanky of all things. You really wouldn't expect it to be like a blob to be, a pile of sludge to be able to be a special tanky, but it is. This thing has some pretty solid moves to level up, but also some unfortunate things. Poison Jab is a TM for this thing, unfortunately. It learns some weird moves, like Memento, if I'm correct. And I think this also learns Mud Bomb. I don't remember. I can't seem to remember much about Grimer, but like really, it also takes a long time for it to evolve. That it might be really hard to use. That also might not be able to take advantage of his special attack that might have some solid moves. Like, it has solid moves going for it, but quite frankly, it might be outclassed. Like I do say it's stronger than Arbok, but it isn't as good as Wheezing. Just because Wheezing has a lot more going for it in terms of being a special attacking Pokemon. But really, Grimer is just an average poison type, and also both of his abilities don't do well because Stench hasn't got little buff yet. Really, it's a bit of a situational Pokemon because while it has a couple positives, it takes a long time for it to evolve, and Poison Jab is a TM for it. I don't know, it's just my reasoning. Arbok is found in the morning and daytime, both versions, but we're not going over it since you can find it later. In Soul Silver, that is. So if you're playing HeartGold, here's Arbok somewhere. In the Wasteland, you can find Kangaskhan at morning and daytime. Kangaskhan is very, and I mean very similar to Miltank. They both have Scrappy, they're both females only. They have a very similar move pool as well. Well, Miltank's got a bit more support with Milk Drink and Heal Bell. Kangaskhan's got a bit better offensive moves like Dizzy Punch, 70 power. One of the few Pokemon that can learn Dizzy Punch anyway. 70 power, 100 accuracy move that has a 20% chance to confuse the foe. And also has some solid moves to level up like Sucker Punch, Crunch, and even Outrage. And I always thought this thing was a ground type, so fitting that's pretty good with Earthquake. It just got some pretty solid stats. Though there's one advantage that Kangaskhan sort of has is that it learns Drain Punch, TM. The Drain Punch has not gotten its buff yet, and Hammer Arm, and both Miltank and Kangaskhan cannot learn Hammer Arm unless it's breeding, because that's the only way they can learn it. It's a shame too, because Hammer Arm's a good move, but anyways, I do recommend it, even though it's very similar to Miltank, and they're all really good. Kangaskhan is just a really good normal type that I can't really say, like, I can't recommend it. I'm just shocked they can learn Outrage at this low level, but yeah. If you're looking for a solid normal type, Kangaskhan will not do bad whatsoever. And that's about it for the Wasteland. The mountain, I've already gone over Larvitar, and Lickitung is the other new encounter, but that's a Pokemon we can find later, also found morning and daytime. And the final area, Desert, we've got 2 new Pokemon to go over. Well, they're the same, but like, Evolute family, but one new encounter. We all go with Cubone. Cubone is basically a unique ground type to say the least. We've gone over Diglett before and some of the ground types of Steelix and Graveler in the previous couple areas. But oh man, there are quite a few positives to say about this guy here. It learns... Alright, let's get the one obvious thing out of the way. Thick Club. If you can get a Thick Club with this thing will hit hurting a lot, doing a lot of damage. Especially when it was fully evolved. On top of that, it learns it has a signature move called Boomerang, a 50 power 90 accuracy ground move that's guaranteed to hit twice. You're probably wondering why you probably want this over Earthquake. Well, it gets over Endure, and later gens it gets over Sturdy, and it might be powered up with Thick Club. Like each of those hits are gonna be powered by Thick Club, which does a bit more. You get my idea. This thing will be doing a lot of damage overall with Thick Club and Boomerang. Be mindful of its low speed and pure ground type though. But really, if you're looking for a solid ground type, this will definitely do well. And it also has some other moves where it's going for it, if I'm correct. Some rock moves, just like every other ground type they can learn. And I think it also learns Aerial Ace, if I'm correct. And also Double Edge is a good thing on it. And before we go over the next Pokemon, here's Joey calling me again, and his soup. Oh no, he saw Caterpie and it didn't catch. So now we got the other new encounter, Marowak, which I just went over Cuba, and here's Marowak. If you don't want Cuba and you want Marowak right away, here it is. They both learn Boomerang at level 21. Got some good moves going on for it eventually. Really good Pokemon overall. Definitely get Rockhead for now because 30 has not gotten its buff yet, like every other Pokemon was Rockhead. Nothing wrong about this Pokemon at all, just because, like, Sandslash was a Pokemon I couldn't recommend, but Marowak I can because of Boomerang and Thick Club all alone. And much better moves overall. Really, besides, ignoring it, if you can get around its low speed, this Pokemon is most likely to tear its way through. And also, it's a good user of Swords Dance with Boomerang, as if Thick Club wasn't strong enough. Yeah, good Pokemon overall. And the last new encounter is Sandslash, but we'll be going over that later. And that finally marks off all, and I mean all, of the Pokemon. So now we're going to finally fly our way to the Olivine Gym, which, okay, fine. I'm going to be right back, actually, because this may have taken, like, such a long time. I don't know how long this took, but, oh my, that sounds like 20 minutes. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to meet you guys at the Olivine Gym because I think we're finally ready to take on the gym. Because we did everything in Safari Zone. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back. And here we go. We're going to start the gym. Josie's a Steel-type Pokemon. She's trying to hide her tenderness behind her steely coldness. So after a long time for me specifically, I can finally take on the gym. You guys, it probably wasn't too long. I should put a time step as to when you guys actually get to the gym. But anyways, here we are. Oh, these guys just tell us about the gym leader feeling better after what happened. They don't fight us, unfortunately. I wish they did, because I like to see more steel types actually in this gym. But what we have is what we have. Thank you for your help at the lighthouse, but this is different. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Jasmine, a gym leader. I use the Cling steel type. Do you know about the steel type? They are very hard, cold, sharp, and really strong. I'm not lying. She sounds a bit nervous. I don't blame her. Jasmine, still the gym leader. So I have a bit of an issue to say about her. Is the 7th gym leader we'll get to eventually has like lower level Pokemon than her highest one. Her highest level is 35, while the next gym leader will have like level 34. That's an even more of an issue about the balancing level thing. You get my idea. Magnemite goes down very easily. I feel like this Flame Wheel will kill it, even with a timid nature. I am confident this will kill. See? Easy clap. And that's a level up. That's not exactly helpful for me, but sure. The reason why is because Steelix is coming out right now. I want to test out something new. You know what? It's your... Wait. Ground resist steel? I'm trying to remember. Does ground resist steel? I'm pretty sure it does. I don't see why not. I mean, if... I'm going to swap out to Godzilla. Believe it or not. Oh, and Rock Throw would have done, like, not much damage to me as well. So I'm tempted to use Dark Pulse right now. I'm gonna let Godzilla have her debut battle against the Steelix. And, well, yeah, I forgot. Oh. This is sad. Oh, and I'm weak to it. Oh. Oh. What a sad debut battle. I know I could cheese this with Solar. But I really don't want to. Alright, ready for Focus Miss, guys? Let's go. Oh, it landed. I should have gone with you because Steelix is a ground type, but it doesn't have a ground move. In fact, this thing has Sandstorm, Iron Tail, Rock Throw, and Iron Tail. Right? And, of course, that one shot I should send out. Well, it's fine. We're done. We're going to use another Focus Blast for no reason. Properly Tempt to Steel won't be made rusty like things like this. We're going to use it again. See? Focus Blast hit twice. Can you believe that, guys? Can you believe that? Also, an easy gym. I just let Godzilla fame because I thought ground resisted steel, but I guess not. I guess I was wrong. I should have known. I mean, Quagsire resists steel, but like it doesn't quad resist it. You are a better trainer than me in both skill and kindness. In accordance with league rules, I confer upon this badge. So we got the mineral badge. I don't remember what this thing does. I don't think it allows... I don't think it's like... does... Yeah. It doesn't allow you to use any TNs. Oh yeah, 223 Iron Tail. 100 power, 75 accuracy steel move. Also known as Iron Miss. And it also lowers defense. But it's... I call it Iron Miss for a reason. So that was the gym because it's so darn easy when you have like a fire type on your team, and I don't even know why I let Godzilla faint. Man, Godzilla's gonna be hard to raise, but wait till she gets to level 55. Anyways, I guess now we're done, but quite frankly, I don't want to end the episode like this. And I don't want to go anymore. Oh, it turned into nighttime, of course. It turned into nighttime. Mother call? Oh, never mind. I should go to the Pokemon in the episode just because, really, we're not doing much this episode. So I'm going to go to the Pokemon. This is also a point where we're going to start backtracking to a lot of areas. Hyper Potion. Where's the Choice Scarf? I know she gives it to me and that's the only call. That's fine. I have quite a lot of money, so I can start buying Ultra Balls now and Hyper Potions, but I'm not going to buy any. I'm going to buy more Super Repels. So I'm going to get Super Repels. Anything to sell that I picked up? Oh yeah, I picked up 3 tiny mushrooms I picked up 3 tiny mushrooms at the Safari Zone gate. You can pick them up, like, the area I was at while going over bios, that's where you can find them. So, what to do now? I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to start going to the areas I can backtrack to. With Fly, I can basically go anywhere. I can go back home. I can go back to Route 29, which I'm not doing. I might as well take care of at least one thing, and that's HeartGold City. I will be going over new encounters as I progress. Don't expect much though. I'm going to heal first because for some reason I didn't heal. I'm going to at least pick up one item in here. HeartGold City, now we have Surf. But we can't do anything else afterwards. And then later, I'm going to start exploring other areas for items or anything like that. The next episode is going to be like a lot of backtracking or so, just because we have Fly and Surf. The Lapras thing I wanted to do, so I probably should not have done it earlier because it's a Thursday. I'm recording this on a Thursday night now. So right here, this is water that we couldn't do anything about, but now we can do something about it. Go, Sentra! I'm just so shocked you can ride this thing. Anyways, here's this guy here. He gives us his Mystic Water. Powers up water moves. I'm not getting a water type for a while. You'll see when. I shouldn't be surfing here because I really don't want to, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, there's a hidden item here too. No, maybe there isn't. Let me look around. There's some water here too. I guess I'm gonna put on a repel quickly. And afterwards, I think I'm gonna end the. I'm gonna do like the last two. I'm gonna explore these couple routes so I can. There's some water here too. That's what I'm saying. There's water here, and then there's also water above the route. Above this route, anyway. Oh, we'll be going back to Mr. Pokemon's house later. Hidden item here, right? Yeah, nugget. I always forgot there's a hidden item here. Not gonna lie. Also, how you feel, Mary? I always talk to you the most. Don't worry, Godzilla. I'll give you your debut battle soon. I thought I resisted steel, but I'm really dumb. Like, really dumb. I should have known, because I used Charmander in my Fire Red game and I remember. I'm dumb. Where do I go now? I go here. What am I doing? There's another water patch here somewhere. I think it's like a cut here. That's fine. I'll go into Dark Cave eventually. Most likely when we go back to it again. And there's water here. That's what I'm gonna do, just go to the water here. Come on, man. Hope I make a random encounter. Poliwag. See, these Polywags are pretty high leveled. So if you're planning to use a Poliwrath or a Politoad, if you can trade. Huh? Oh, never mind. This is just water. Never mind, I thought you could find Pokemon here, but I guess I was wrong. I'm gonna end the episode of Bad City and start exploring some other areas. I don't know if I'll go back to Ruins of Alph after this. I might or might not. I will eventually go back to it, just I don't know if I want to do it right now. I don't have a Water Stone, and I don't have any other, or I don't have a certain Pokemon I'm gonna need for that area. I'm gonna at the very least pick up one item here, because I think I never picked up an item here. Can I do it without encounter? Or did I already pick it up? I don't remember. But there's an item here somewhere. I don't know if I picked it up or not. Yeah, I have not picked it up. And more encounters, the worse for me. And that's a low level Poliwag. Just goes to show that the levels are a bit random. But regardless of that, any items? Nope. Rare candy. So this has been Ludicolo Cold 15. Next time, we're gonna do a lot more than just going over bios. I should probably even. I'm gonna fly. I don't want. I'm just gonna fly to the Pokemon Center like a couple of feet. I don't feel like walking. But I'm gonna definitely do a lot more than just bios because my goodness, that was the majority of the episode. So this has been Ludicolo Cold 15. See you guys next time for more better content. Later, guys. We'll be backtracking basically to as many areas as we can before going on to the next route left of Ecruteak. Later.